Welcome back. Today I'm out with my mate Shane trying to get his first CHITAL deer and to christen his new rifle. We were out at a new property in New South Wales. The early morning fog was set in and it was going to be a cracker of a morning for hunting. It wasn't long and we started seeing a few big rubs and a few nice game trails cutting through the bush.
We just spoke that for sure. Making a game plan. There's a deer just kicked dirt off the track. So we drove up around here last night and we shot a little CHITAL. Pretty small, but he's going to be super tasty. There's 2 deer and then Shane's gun locked up. So the latter's property we're on, just ripped his gun out, took a shot off his shoulder, did a pretty good job, So yeah, we just woke up early to come for a little walk. It's super misty.
Shane heard some movement in the bush, so we got the binos out and gave it a good look over before moving on.
Pretty good really, a little bit this way. I thought I was just lifted off. Just got super clear. Koala or possum, what do you reckon? Something's been going up and down. Big gunshot just went off. Maybe in the next valley over on the flat. Imagine if we get back and he's just smoked one from the front door. We're out here crawling through the bush. He's just whacked one in the paddock behind the house.
It sounds exactly like that caliber too.
Looking at deer, but there's also mouse eating quartz, which is a good sign for gold. Any movement. Got a big whiff of deer then. Nothing just started coming that way too.
With once again bumping something again, we sat down and tried to get the binos out and really just go over the area before moving on.
These are so loud, it's a joke. And they just switch off like that.
We had passed the morning golden hour of hunting, and with it being so hot, we started to work the gullies, seeing if we could spot anything bedded up in the cooler areas. We got a few more whiffs of deer, and it got us excited.
Opened up a bit there.
Just as we were about to give up for the morning, Shane dropped in front of me. He'd spotted something. Shane had thought he'd glimpsed movement, and then his eyes were fixated on a deer bending over feeding. Unfortunately, it turned out to be the age-old tree stump deer. We had a laugh and headed back for breakfast to refuel the bodies and make a new plan for the Arvo hunt.
7:30 a.m. Where did you even pull oysters from? Did you crack them off the rocks yourself?
There's Port Stevens.
You are a weapon.
This is Banjo. Banjo's the man of the farm and a good shot with his little bow too. Little did I know that he was going to be my tour guide for the next 2 days, showing us all the good hunting spots and his pet bass and turtles in the river. But before heading back out for a hunt, we thought we'd cut the owner some firewood, start a little campfire for ourselves to slow cook some meat for dinner. What are you going to cook up?
Oh, some beef ribs, marinated beef ribs.
Say that you could actually use these rocks because it is that hot. You don't even need coals. I'm just sitting off the dam here, middle of the day. Got the camera ready to watch Shane shoot his first deer. He's bought fucking oysters. Mate, this is hunting. Oysters and something with chips. The cicadas are that loud, we could do what we want and nothing would hear us. You're a man that knows what he wants. I'm just sitting at the dam for 45 minutes or so. And Shane seen this game trail, we just came up it and there was just shit everywhere. Let's do this to Salo then. It was disgustingly hot and humid, so we decided to head back and go on one of Banjo's tours down to the creek to see these bass he's been talking about. So we're in this last little bit of water because it's super dry, and these bass are here, and it is psycho. They're like 50 centimetre bass. Because it was so dry, these bass were all pooled in one area, and they were some of the biggest bass I've ever laid my eyes on. That's crazy. I could hear a heap of commotion, so I went up to see what was going on.
You're on your way after that.
Now I've hand caught a lot of things in the past, but never was I expecting this. So I dove underwater, and next thing this diver duck comes swimming past me, and I swam after it and fully just caught it. It was insane. Come show me. What do you got? So good. Where'd you find that?
A very good idea.
Are you going to chuck him back under the log?
What kind?
It was such an epic few hours just cruising the creek with snorkeling goggles, catching anything we could see. It was epic. But it was time to head back. We left a few steaks slow cooking on the coals, so we smashed them for lunch and then headed out for an arvo hunt.
Shane's going to go to the bottom dam, cut through the bush when he sees a game trail. I'm going to go like 200 metres above him and go for a hunt this time as well. It's like 18 degrees, really cold. Fucking freezing. It's been the hottest day. We had to go down the creek before. Oh, we're seeing all those bats and that. Sick. But yeah, it's just like 5:30, so go out for a little hunt. And if not, we might go for a spotlight tonight, see if Shane can pulverise one with his boomstick. I've left Shane back there. I'm just dropping in. Gonna ride high on the mountain. Try and hit these woody bits where we walked on the other side. There's like a bit more open lanes for shooting with the bow and whatnot. Trying to get in here too and just check out what it's like. There's a couple of little gullies in here. See if there's much feed or just mark down some rub trees, because first time at this property, so just trying to explore as much as I can, so if I come back I've got a good place to start. Well, that didn't go to plan. I'm so hot, and then I went 200 metres above Shane and ran into Shane. Shane wasn't actually going hunting. He was going to go sit at the hook pine, but he decided to keep walking because he got motivated, and he's been carrying beers because he was going to sit at the hook pine and just drink beers and try and sit here and watch this, because there's a dam there. Oh, that's so nice. Yeah, there's a dam here, and then there's a heap of like thick bush here, so we can look at this and this. Just sit here till dark, do a lazy hunt, because it's freaking almost Christmas and it's hot as shit.
With the afternoon shadows growing larger, we're hoping some deer would walk out into the open field. We didn't see anything on the paddocks we're sitting in, so we went back, grabbed Banjo and his dad, and headed out in the ATV to check some open paddocks just as the sun was setting.
Banjo, what are we doing?
We're going hunting.
Going hunting? What just happened?
We just saw like 3 does on this open paddock, and there was a lot, like 3 of them up on top of a gully, and I just saw a wild deer, which I thought was a deer, but now it's hopped off. And now we're just at the road, looking down from the road and seeing if we can see any coming down, or in that little gully sort of down there.
That's sweet. So the boys are just on the binos, are they?
With nothing else much happening, we decided to go back, have dinner, and head out that night for a spotlight. It had already been a huge day, so I was excited to get back and see how the camp oven was looking. We smashed some dinner, set up Banjo's camp, and then we're going to head out for a spotlight.
Junior slingers, what are you doing? What are you looking for?
The camo swag that I was talking
Oh.
about. To get tied up to something like
You do much swagging, slingers?
I love swagging.
You love it?
Even if it's just out here.
Can you believe that those deer were on the one property we can't go on?
I know, that was so annoying.
3 just laying there, and what's more annoying is I didn't film it.
Wait, you didn't?
I tried and the focus didn't work, so they ran off and I didn't really get it.
Oh, that sucks.
Banjo is one of the biggest legends of a kid I've met in a long time. No hassle, super polite, and it was epic to see parents raise a well-mannered kid with an understanding of where his food comes from and to enjoy his sense of adventure and keenness to see and try anything out he could. But for tonight, Banjo's adventure was over, and we left him to go camp out in the front yard and continued on our mission to get Shane his first deer. And it wasn't long before an opportunity presented itself. Shane was just putting the crosshairs over his shoulder, and he spooked.
Still running. He's gone.
The boys got in on foot into the thick scrub he got in. With no luck, we decided to drive around the other side of the hill and see if we could spot him. Next minute, Shane spotted his eyes hiding in under the tree. Emotions were running high, but Shane was happy with his shot.
Well, do you want to hold it? I can run up, or are you going to run up? Dead deer. Here, he's walk straight to my thing. There's a chital dead in between the trees. Oh. Shaking now. I just caught a mangrove jack.
Right. How sick.
Nice one, Shano. First deer. Little knobber. Ew. Christmas meat.
It was the perfect maturity and size deer to take for meat. We cut the tenderloins, the most prized cut of meat, and cooked them over the fire for dinner. The rest we bagged up to process at home. I also then salted down the hide, folded it up and threw it into the freezer to tan the following week for Shane to keep as a memento, and because the patterns in these chital are amazing. When we got home, we chucked a big piece of meat on to cook while we cryovac and sealed the rest of the meat. We didn't have enough bags and Shane was reaching behind the freezer looking for more when I heard him scream out.
Out here cutting up the meat. Shane's looking for extra bags down the back of the freezer because we ran out of cryovac bags.
2 more.
What'd you find, bros? He just pulls this from behind here. But, hey! He's alive, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, he's been there for a while. Is he brown? It is.
We mucked around for a good half an hour and freed the little snake. If you're interested in tanning a hide for yourself, hit subscribe because next week I'm going to go through this step-by-step process. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you on the next one.